What's up, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I am going to talk about my stock market addiction and why it needs to stop. So on December 9th 2020 I made my first stock market investment and I have not looked back since. You see, when you invest money into the stock market and you see 500 become 1500 in the span of a couple of weeks, there's a massive rush of dopamine that invades your brain and you get hooked to that feeling to the point that you kind of want to repeat that feeling over and over again. Now, I see myself as a medium to long-term investor. I am not much of a swing trader or day trader, which puts me in a category that's a lot safer, quote unquote, because time in the market beats timing the market. I've never been so hooked on something so fast to the point that it was consuming all of my mental energy for the past 3 months. And I noticed myself behaving in weird ways where I felt like a full-blown addict. Every time I would have a couple of $100s on me, I would spend it on the stock market. I looked at my checking account one day and I'm like, why do I need all this money in my checking account? Let me take 2/3 of this and throw it into the stock market. And I kept doing this over and over again for the past 3 months. And I realized that this could be problematic in the future if I don't find a healthy balance of focusing on my business and focusing on myself with a little bit of focus on investments. I mean, don't get me wrong, investments are great, but I was becoming a little too obsessed with it to the point that I was refreshing my bank portfolio 20 times a day, and I couldn't help myself but to consume every single piece of content related to the companies that I was invested in. When it came to articles, when it came to videos, it was kind of taking over my life. The number one reason why I want to take a break from investing in the stock market for 3 months is because it was a massive distraction. It was a distraction to the point that I could barely focus on writing scripts. I could barely focus on my business. I could barely focus on all the small fundamental tasks that I needed to do in order to, I guess, move forward in my career. But on the other hand, you could make the argument that investing in your financial future demands a lot of mental energy, especially for someone like myself who didn't know that much about the stock market. I guess it demanded more of my mental energy to kind of wrap my head around what it was that I was investing in. In total, in the past 3 months, I've invested in 9 stocks. I plan on reducing that number to 7 or 6 and move my money into high conviction stocks and companies that I truly believe that are going to be lucrative in the near future. The number 2 reason is, I guess, to kind of better my emotional and psychological health. My emotional and mental health were completely susceptible to market changes, whether it was in the positive or whether it was in the negative. When the stock market is up, you're feeling amazing, you're feeling like you have a bright future ahead of you. But then when the stock market like kind of corrects itself and everything is red and there's a bloodbath, you're like, oh goddamn, this feels horrible. You're seeing your portfolio go down by like 20% when just a couple of weeks ago it was up 20%. So I kind of want to take a step back and kind of refocus all that mental energy that I was focusing on the stock market back into myself and my business and creating YouTube videos. So the reason why I made this video was to kind of call myself out and to take a step back from investing in the stock market for at least 3 months so that I could have some cash on hand in order to take advantage of market corrections in the future, because I wasn't able to take advantage of this market correction because I was already all in. And the other reason why I made this video was to remind myself and the viewers that you are your greatest investment at the end of the day. It's great to have investments in the stock market or in the real estate or in a business, but at the end of the day, you are your greatest investment. So kind of refocus that energy back into me so that I can be the best version of myself. If you enjoyed watching this video, please consider subscribing or at least showing some love by smashing that thumbs up button or leaving a comment on your perspective on the stock market. With all that said, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I go by the nickname of Sam Peasy. It's been a blessing, man. I'll see you guys in the next one, alright? Peace, peace.